Hello Aries, and welcome to Truth Seeker Psychic Readings, reminding you of who you really are. Now today we're going to do the reading for February 2021, so let's get into it. So we have Seven of Cups as our theme for the month, and Seven of Cups basically indicates making decisions. Okay, as you can see here in the depiction, we have somebody who is looking at several cups. Now the cups are upside down, so what this means is, do we know what we want? He's very much in a place of contemplation, thinking, and this is essentially, up in the air, up in the sky. This may be your higher self going over the things that you have in your life and wondering what's good and what's not, what's right and what's not. You see a snake withering out of one, we see a bat's tail. It's full of surprises basically. And so what this is asking of you is to use because this is a very imaginative month, okay? So there's a lot of imagination, there's a lot of ideas, but not all of those are going to work exactly the way you want them to, right? So we need to take these ideas and learn which one is best to ground and ground that one, okay? It's not about complicating things or making things overly confusing for the mind, because there can be this month a lot of overthinking and a tendency to sort of get caught up in so many different aspects and ideas that we're not sure which one to take, So when this comes up for you, what's important is to prioritize in your life and focus on the big goals, the big things that you want to achieve, right? And so most importantly, it's important to trust how you feel, okay? Not to overthink, not to ponder too much, but to make a decision based on what feels right for you, okay? So the 7 is a number of silence. So it's also saying this month that you may want to take some time out to yourself to gather your ideas, to come up with some sort of something that is going to help you make a clearer understanding. So you don't need a lot of noise, right? You need a bit of time to yourself to work things out, right? So make sure you take that. Now, first card that comes up is the Ace of Swords, all right? Now the Ace of Swords here is the spark, You see the light coming out of this woman's mind, and it's the spark of something new, all right? It's a new idea, and we have like arithmetic and, all of these different little drawings on the backboard. And basically it's saying that you've come up with something this month, something brand new that you can begin, an idea. It's very intellectual, okay? Ace of Swords is also bittersweet, There's two sides to a sword, right? So no matter what you do, no matter what you begin, for some reason in February, there is sort of like this notion of, well, I need to start now, I need to do it now, regardless of whether the situation is perfect or not, okay? Now, the crow in this deck, by the way, we're using the Light Seers Tarot. If you like these cards, check it out. And the crow represents the sword, okay? And the sword represents the mind. So the Ace of Swords in this is basically saying you've sparked an idea from the mind and you're ready to pursue it. Now, Ace is a very individual, very independent card, okay? So it's all about your independence, your freedom, your utilizing an idea that works and beginning, okay? It's all about taking what works and starting with it, not overthinking it, pondering, but using that to push forward. Right in the middle of the reading, we have a 4. Now 4 is the number of stability, okay, in numerology. So it indicates that you have the opportunity to use this idea to find balance. And what's happening here is this person's taking some time to rest, all right? But what that truly means is that I talked about being on your own and being in seclusion, but it's not completely that way. This sort of is saying to you that, you may want to not sit there and think about it too much, because procrastination, is only going to lead you to a road that is not fulfilling. Procrastination is where we get caught up in thought, where we don't understand exactly what it is that we should do. We're too caught up in the mind. All right, so we need to make sure this month, because there's so much mind activity going on, that we act, you know. And Aries, it's natural for you to act, okay, but Aries can be quite impulsive, so it's asking for you to maybe take a step back and trust a bit more how you feel. You've got the heart here, okay, as a reminder to you, okay, but that while you're in your nest, while you're contemplating, you've got to connect more with your heart, with what feels right. Otherwise, your decision is going to be much more difficult, okay? So maybe taking some time to yourself is a good thing, but don't take too much time. Otherwise, you won't be able to see this idea through. Now, Knight of Cups over here, with the last two cards that we have is very interesting, because we have Knight of Cups and we have Page of Cups, okay? And it's an interesting combination. Cups represent emotions, feelings. It's all about what your happiness and what makes you happy. Now, with these two, I also get the feeling that for some of you, this reading is about relationship as well, okay? Because what we have with the Knight of Cups is somebody who, Knight of Cups is generally somebody that is a great messenger, a great opportunity for us in terms of something that we want in our lives, you know, something that is going to benefit us, and it's always a positive, right? But in reverse, it's sort of saying that, you know, it's questionable. So if your thoughts are around a relationship at the moment and you're having a bit of trouble trying to begin or establish a starting point or something that you want to stick with and see through, and you've been thinking about it a lot, you know, it might pay for you to just ask yourself what feels right and move with the feeling, because cups are all about emotions as well, right? And so this could be a person in your life that you find difficult to understand, okay? That it's not straightforward. It looks great on the outside, but then the more you look at it, the more difficult it seems, okay? So that's what the Knight of Cups in reverse is indicating. Now the Page of Cups next to the Knight, right, is somebody who is learning to understand their emotions. They're learning to understand what it means to feel love and what it means to be connected in a relationship. And this is probably somebody that has had a very hard time in the past opening up and being vulnerable, but they're now, like, with these two together, it's sort of saying that they're willing, they're wanting and willing to change and to evolve and grow, but they may need from you to be a little bit patient and understanding. So if this is a relationship for you where you find that your partner is not, or the person you're seeing is not communicating thoroughly, you may need to understand that they have a bit of a difficulty doing that because of their past. Yes, so give them the opportunity, give them the choice to move forward. Now, for those of you that this doesn't indicate relationship, and this is just about your life and about the idea we've been talking about, the Knight of Cups in reverse is saying that for some reason this month, it's a very mind-dominated month, and you keep suppressing your emotions, okay, and how you feel. But your emotions, guys, you know, they are the language of your soul, okay? That's how your higher self speaks to you. So you do want to listen and heed the guidance of your higher self, right? It communicates through feelings and emotions. And so there is a message for you if you listen when you're quiet, okay? When you meditate, when you're doing things that allow you to get into that space, that heart space, and you really truly feel, and that's sparking, you know, an opportunity for you. So we're carrying through an idea, we're taking our time with it, we're trusting how we feel, but we're also looking for that spark, yeah? We're looking for that sort of, that thing, that opportunity, and once you see it, you can't stumble, right? Because this is saying that there may be a point where you question yourself, or where you wonder whether it's the right thing, you know, with this main theme going back and forth in the mind. But this is basically saying that no matter where you are, you know, it's important to start, because the page is learning, and, you know, it can be an emotional journey here, but there's a lot for you to learn, and there's a lot for you to gather, a lot for you to gain. So basically, Aries, this month, you want to simplify things, okay, in your mind, okay? Take what works, take what feels right, start. Don't get too stuck, don't get too comfortable in the old ways, all right? Find those opportunities and start somewhere, right? Page is all about learning and starting. So have a great month, guys. If you enjoyed this reading, please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video. Please also share it with your friends. And if you have any comments, please comment in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Have an amazing month, and I'll see you in the next reading.